Students, welcome to the online education of NRS class 7 science. Dear students, in the previous class we were discussing about the concept of breathing. Okay, so in that we discussed about the various passage through which various parts of the respiratory system through which the air enters into the lungs, and finally it involves in the process of breathing. Okay, so now let's move on to the next concept, that is activity number 10.4. Okay, so what is that activity 10.4? Let's go through that. Take a deep breath and measure the size of the chest with a measuring tape. Okay, so what you need to do is you have to take a deep breath. Okay, and after taking the deep breath, you have to measure the size of your chest cavity with a measuring tape. So that you can follow by looking at the figure 10.6. Okay, it is there in the next diagram page. It is there 10.6. You can look at it here. Okay, so next, and you have to make a record of your observations in table 10.2. Measure the size of the chest again when expanded and indicate which classmate shows the maximum expansion of the chest. Okay, so measure the size of the chest again after expanded. Okay, and indicate which classmate shows the maximum expansion of the chest. Okay, so you have to observe which of your friends can show the maximum expansion of the chest. Okay, by taking a deep breath. So by this we can understand the mechanism of breathing by a simple model. Okay, so same thing it is explained in the next diagram, next picture, activity 10.5. Let's go through that. So you have to take a wide plastic bottle. Okay, one wide plastic bottle you have to take and remove the bottom portion of that. Okay, bottom portion, just cut it out and get a Y-shaped glass or a plastic tube. One Y-shaped glass or else the plastic tube you have to take. Make a hole in the lid means top portion which you are going to cover. No, that is, so make a hole in the lid portion, and so that the tube may pass through it. Okay, so to the forked end of the tube fix two deflated balloons. Okay, to the forked end of these tube, so you have to fix two deflated balloons. You might have understood. Okay, so they must be deflated. Okay, now introduce the tube into the bottle as shown in the figure 10.7. You can see here figure 10.7, that is given. So plastic bottle you have taken and one Y-shaped plastic tube you have to take, and you have to fix the balloons, deflated balloons. Okay, so now close its mouth, right? So what you need to do is you have to introduce the tube into the bottle as shown in the figure 10.7. To introduce the tube into the bottle, see, tube into the bottle you have to introduce. Okay, because you have removed the bottom portion of that, right? So now later on you have to cap the bottle. Cap the bottle means fix the bottle, means top portion you have to make it closed and seal it to make it airtight. You have to cap the bottle and you have to make it seal in order to make it airtight. Airtight means no air can pass through that. Okay, so to the open base of the bottle, so the base of the bottle is open now because you cut it out already. You had cut it out. So to the base of the bottle, so you have to tie a thin rubber or a plastic sheet. One thin rubber sheet or plastic sheet you have to tie. Okay, using a large rubber band. Okay, you can see here. So using a large rubber band, you can tie a lower portion of that. Okay, so by this your model is ready. So now let's go through the diagram here, inhalation and exhalation process. See, as I explained, when we inhale the air into our lungs, the ribs, air is drawn inside, the ribs move outwards and upwards, and diaphragm moves down. Okay, during the inhalation process. So whereas during the exhalation process, the air is pulled out, forced out. Okay, at that time, see, look at the diaphragm is down, so now diaphragm is moved up. Okay, then ribs come inwards, back position, they will come back. So this is what the mechanical exhalation and inhalation process when it is taken place. Okay, at the time the movement of the rib cage and diaphragm takes place. So this is the mechanism of breathing in human beings. So look at the table 10.2 here. Effect of breathing on the chest size of the common class, some classmates. So you can see the effect of breathing on the chest size of some classmates. You just is an activity for you. Okay, write the name of your friends, then you measure the size of the chest of each of their friend in centimeters. Okay, so during inhalation what is the size of the chest cavity, during exhalation what is the size of chest cavity, and what is the difference in the size. You have to make a list. So dear students, I hope you will complete this activity, and let me continue remaining part of the lesson in the next period. Thank you and have a nice day.